Howdy y'all, it's Kate from The Lifestyle Lady. How are you? How are you doing? Hope your week's going well. I hope you're not all too stressed out with everything, all the impending holidays and everything that goes on in the fourth quarter of the year. It's Thanksgiving next week for the US viewers, and Thanksgiving is a holiday which I'm very much enjoy since we've moved to the US. I really enjoy the meaning of it, being thankful, and I really like the ability to go and spend quality time with great friends or family, break bread, enjoy the food and company, and just all together have a great time. There's no very little gift giving, no gift giving really involved. It's just appreciating each other and just having some time, some downtime to just be with the ones that you love and care about. So I think it's a great vacation, and I'm looking forward to it a great deal. So today's video I wanted to crack on was about my Sephora play. I received my November bag, last night, and as ever I want to be as quick as possible and get it up for you guys. So here we go. I will preface before I go into it that I had a look at it last night. I was really impressed. The things that I could wear, the makeup things I could wear, I've got on today, so you can at least have some idea and have a look at whether you like it, whether, you know, especially if your colouring and skin tone and things are similar to mine, it might work well for you, or it might be a no-no. But it might also introduce you to some new brands that you might not have heard of. So let's crack on. So the theme of this month's bag is the glow getters. Now, it's important for us women, particularly when we're so busy with all the holidays coming up and just the craziness, the weather and everything, to take a little bit of time for ourselves. Well, you might be sitting there thinking, yeah, right. And I know it's so busy. I, for one, am finding it very difficult, which is probably why I'm speaking more quickly than I normally do, because I'm trying to rush way too much in. But seriously, it's important sometimes just to take that 5 minutes for yourself, even if it means just pouring yourself a cup of tea and putting your feet up and just taking stock. Making lists my thing. I have lists for lists for lists. It's crazy town, but it's how I cope with the season, and it makes me feel better, and it kind of helps me with sleeping. I wish little Elle would help me a little bit more with sleeping. Anyway, I digress. Let's crack on. So the theme is glow getters, and let's have a look. The first thing coming to my hand is this by Caudalie. And this is their Vino Source Creme Sorbet Hydrating Moisturizing Sorbet. Well, let me tell you, if you're not familiar with Caudalie, they are a beautiful French brand. They have a spa just outside of Bordeaux. I've not been, I've just seen it on blogger videos. I dream of going somewhere like that. But they're a beautiful brand. I've used a lot of their spritzing sprays to try and keep my skin hydrated when we live in this very warm climate. I mean, if I tell you that although I'm in a shirt today, I am warm because it's still 80s here in Texas and we have Thanksgiving next week. It's crazy town. Anyway, but still I suffer with dry skin. This is for the face, and what I really like about it is they suggest you apply it after your serum at night. So it's really that extra pop of hydration that your skin might need, particularly if you live in a cooler climate. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit on I haven't tried this one yet, but I'm just putting a little bit on the back of my hand, which I made sure was clean. I'm just going to rub it in. It's very light, a kind of silky finish. Little to no fragrance. It's difficult, I'd say maybe a very light floral fragrance, but it's difficult to tell whether that's my perfume, but it's very nice. A lovely light feeling. Oh, lovely. So Caudalie's a great brand. If you've not come across them, I suggest you check them out. Next in my bag of goodies is this. Now I was excited again to receive this. This is Glam Glow. If you've not this is Glam Glow's Thirsty Mud Hydrating Treatment. So again, it's in line with the hydration, making your skin feel good. Now, if you're not familiar with Glam Glow, they do fabulous masks. Their mud mask that I've used a lot, it's really great. Now, these are not cheap masks. Relative to the span. They're certainly not the most expensive, but they're worth it. You'll probably get 2 or 3 applications out of this. I've not tried the hydrating one. Let me just check my sheet to see if there's anything I'm not including. Basically, the advice is you apply this evenly to your cleansed face, leave on for 10 to 20 minutes. I think that's probably dependent on how much hydration your skin needs. And you can wipe off the excess and rinse away. They say use once to twice a week or whenever you need a hydrating boost. I wonder whether you could use this on a flight. This probably would work really well on a flight. You know, if you're one of those people like me who removes their makeup and wants to keep their skin. I mean, they're such dehydrating places. This probably would work well. Again, I haven't tried this yet, but I'm going to try it on the back of my hand. This has a slightly light brown texture. Oh, it smells like coconuts. Next. Now, I was also excited to receive this. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know what a fan I am of Laura Mercier, and a fan of makeup artists established makeup artists who have brands of makeup, Bobbi Brown, Laura Mercier, the kind of long-standing ones, because they're the workhorses of the industry. They work in the industry, they know what they're talking about. And Laura Mercier, I've used elements of her brand, makeup in her brand for a long time. And I always think another good sign of an excellent brand is when multiple generations of women of a family can use the products and feel great and look great. And I think that's a tribute to a brand. If a young daughter to a mature lady can wear them and feel great, then the brand's doing something right and they're providing excellent makeup. Anyway, I digress again. This is her Caviar Stick Eye Colour. Now, if you know me, you know I'm a fan of these sticks. Not necessarily the Laura Mercier, I've never tried these ones. I'm a big fan of the Bobbi Brown ones. I think they can provide really excellent all-day coverage on top of the eye, just for a light shade of colour. If you're a mom or a busy person who doesn't want a lot of makeup on, they just give you some coverage. They're very hydrating, they're long-lasting. And this was a really lovely colour. It's called rose gold. Well, it couldn't be more fashionable. Rose gold seems to be everywhere in the stores and makeup lines. Now I'm going to give you a bit of a... Now, I don't know if you can see, if I hold that up. To me, it's less of a rose... Now, that could be my colouring. It's less of a rose gold. I mean, it has a slight shimmery effect to it, but I've got it on today. I've got a tiny, slightly darker colour in the corners, but... One thing I would say is you apply it, it's very movable and easy to manage and mix and move around. You could just leave it like that. For me personally, I think it's a really good neutralizing base color on top of a primer, just to go all over your eye. And then if you wanted some, you could leave it like that, or else you could additionally add a bit of texture and a bit of oomph with some other colors if that's your thing. The other thing I noticed was I applied it, then I added some more eye makeup. I let it dry and then I applied it again on top, and that gave you a slightly stronger colour. I don't know if that's going to show. It did give a more textured look on top once it dried out, and then I reapplied it. It was stronger. But for me, and again, I say that it might be my skin tone, it was more of had a slightly pinkier sort of, I don't know, had a slightly salmony sort of like nudie edge to it. Now again, things look very different. I didn't see the glittery kind of element of it, but I'm going to use this. How fabulous is this size to take traveling or keep in your makeup bag when you're on the go? Fabulous, fabulous. I mean, let me tell you something. So far into this month, Caudalie, Glam Glow and Laura Mercier, I mean, fabulously good high-end brand, you know, fairly high-end brands that are produced for $10 a month. Sephora, you're doing a good job. Next, I've got it on today. They provided me with a Sephora own product. It's the Gel Gloss Ultra Brilliant Ultra Shine Lip Gel. Goodness, you don't want to say that when you've had a few too many eggnogs. But let me have a look at my little sheet. Now, I tell you something. I applied this last night because, you know, lip stuff is like crack for me. And I didn't realise it was so pigmented. And I caught myself in the mirror and I was like, whew. I mean, and I've been really, really impressed. Now, if you hear little L downstairs, please ignore the noise. Now, if you followed me a while, you know I'm not a massive lip gloss wearer. I love Clarins Lip Perfector, but it's always great to try something new. Now, I will tell you that this is not too bad. There's a few things I want to say about glosses very quickly. Number one, glosses they hide nothing. So particularly in the winter when our lips are dry, chapped, sore, you know, you may have some skin breakage. They show everything because there's a glossy element. So if your lips are not in the greatest of condition, avoid glosses is my view. I avoid glosses like the plague. Even here, I'm probably not quite close up enough, but I've got a little bit of soreness on my lips, and this just doesn't have that, you know, there's no, it shows everything. But never mind. So let me quickly show you. I digress again because that's what I do. Here is the pink. It looks very subtle. It's on my lips today. I'm sorry. It's probably leaking a bit because I've been talking a lot. Very pretty, very wearable. If you're fair and blue-eyed, I highly recommend it. Not too sticky. My hair's not got too stuck into it. I've been really impressed. I will definitely probably use all of this. I don't know whether I'll repurchase it because it's probably a little bit dolly pink for me, but I quite like it. Who knew? So this is what this bag is all about, because it introduces you to new things, and actually, as glosses go, I'm very impressed. What else have we got in here? We have the Cover Fix Illuminating Primer. I've tried this today. I can't say that it was good or bad. It's very difficult to tell with primers. I tend to be a fan of the Smashbox color correct. I don't know if it's called color correcting, the green one. You can get them in a small photo finish type thing. It has a kind of, it's green, you place it on before you put your foundation on. It kind of has a very kind of chalky finish to me. The reason I use the green is simply because if you followed me for a while, you'll know I'm always very conscious of high color. I blush and flush quite a lot, and that kind of is said to neutralize it. I'm not sure whether that's placebo, whether that in fact works, but you know, I'm game for anything. This certainly wasn't horrible. It certainly hasn't left me feeling greasy. I will probably report back on how I feel this works, simply because it depends later in the day whether I get a lot more high shine. But I want a lot from my primer. If I'm adding more and more things to my skin, I expect it to do its work. I've not used anything for my Cover Fix before. Again, I'm just putting it on the back of my hand under the... Very, very, very light fragrance. Nothing, honestly, because I'm a bit put off by fragrance. But again, nothing too majorly bad. Finally, what I love about this Sephora play is that you also get a sample of perfume, which is always nice, and that's an extra, which, you know, I think is great. Now this one is by Replica. I don't know much. It's a Maison Margiela Paris. Now I probably mashed that up something chronic, and I apologise. I mean, it's pleasant. I wouldn't go out and rush out and buy a bottle. If you wear this, there's nothing offensive about it. It's a very pleasant smell. So some other exciting things coming up on the Lifestyle Lady. Last week was the Sephora VIB and VIB Rouge 20% off sale. And as you can imagine, I did some serious damage. It's festive season coming up. So I have I don't know how I'm gonna work that yet. There's gonna be some haul stuff, some are gifts to friends and family. So of course I have to kind of be careful and cautious, but that's coming up. You seem to respond very well to my beauty videos. You seem to enjoy them. Somebody asked me about a holiday kind of look. I might try and do that if that's something you think you'd be interested in. Anyway, if I don't get to speak to you to do another video before Thanksgiving, I wish you and your family and your friends a loved and blessed Thanksgiving. Enjoy each other's company, and I hope to see you soon. If you've enjoyed what you've watched, please subscribe. Take care. Ta-ta for now.